Hey everyone, my name is Daniel, and having recently finished my college degree, as a working man, one thing I've been interested in is what specific roles are gaining demand in the job market and what roles are losing traction in the job market. I did some research into this, and if you don't have time to watch the whole video, don't worry. I've put my research in a document. You can find a link to that document in the description down below. If you'd like to see the primary source of my research, I've also left a link to that in the description. If you watch the video, I will explain my research in crisp, simple words briefly. So let's begin. My primary source of data for this research was the World Economic Forum. If you don't know, they're basically the de facto kind of worldwide trusted organization that gathers data on the state of the economy, macro and microeconomic details. They are generally considered very trustworthy, and so that's where I've gotten this research from. Right, so a very important question many of you are probably asking is, okay, what specific roles are gaining demand in the tech and IT sector, right? If I'm a student doing computer science, what should I look at upskilling myself in to get a job, especially in this changing market for jobs? Well, according to the World Economic Forum, leading the fastest growing jobs list are roles such as big data specialists, fintech engineers, AI and machine learning specialists, and software and applications developers. But you might think, okay, hold that thought. Software and applications developers? Aren't they people who write code? Doesn't AI write code? Won't AI replace them? Your intuition makes a lot of sense, but that is a common misconception. You see, when you have the three components of a software, you've got the front end, you've got the back end, and you've got the database. Someone needs to put them all together. And AI just can't do that yet. And so, for the next few years at least, integrating software architectures is going to be something humans will continue to do, at least according to the World Economic Forum. Another important consideration I personally feel you could add here is UI and UX designers. Because you're designing a software application for human beings to use. To understand a user experience, you need to talk to, well, human beings, and only human beings understand each other on that level. And so, because of this fundamental principle, I also feel like UI and UX designers are safe from being displaced by AI. Alright, so the second interesting extract I found from my research is software and applications developers, general and operations managers, and project managers are among the job categories driving the most net job growth. Basically, demand for managers and managerial roles is going up because as of now, we just aren't in the position to trust AI to run a whole department. Only human beings can do that right now. And even if AI could do it on some level, it's just not at the point where companies are comfortable trusting these tools to run a whole department. And I think rightfully so. I mean, these are human beings we're talking about. And so demand for mid-level and senior level management is increasing. So maybe once you have some experience, you can comfortably relax knowing that managerial roles for people with experience will still be in demand in the future. Alright, so another interesting insight I found from my research is because of these large language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, all these AI tools, accessing knowledge has never been easier. You don't have to search something and then scroll and scroll and scroll and look for the article you want and then find out it's not what you want and then go back and scroll. No, you just need to ask the large language model, hey, this is my question, and you directly get an answer. And you can even ask it to simplify it for you. Basically, learning something new has never been easier. No, this is not a segment into some sponsor for the video. No, I'm being serious. Because learning is so easy now, basically, the demand for skills and conceptual understanding among the average person has gone up. And so more and more people will find it easier to understand these terms, neural networks, machine learning, linear regression, the relationship between variance and bias in a machine learning model. All these things can easily be taught to someone by themselves using large language models. And so accumulation and acquiring of understanding and skills has never been easier. And that is great, but it is leading to a bit of a discrepancy in the job market, which I will get to. But before that, I want to introduce a piece of my research that worries me a little bit. Alright, so there is an extract in the paper I was going through that caught my attention, and I think it's something we need to talk about. So basically, what it says is that while using artificially intelligent tools enhances what you can do as just a normal person with a computer, and enhances what you can do at work, and enhances your productivity, all these things, there is a catch. The catch is that it's useful to you in a helpful way so long as you know what it's doing. If you don't understand what ChatGPT has put in front of you, and you use it and you submit it to your employer or you submit it to your professor, that could be a problem. That's kind of what this is hinting at. So these tools are only useful if we know and understand what we're doing with them. Right. Another interesting observation I found in my research is that Gen AI tools can be used to enhance the productivity of any professional. That's the key word, any. So whether you're a teaching assistant at a university or you're a PhD at a university, AI can help you, and if it can help you, it's not going to replace you. When a company replaces someone, they're removing a role, they're cutting off the role. They don't need anyone who does that thing anymore. Whereas if you can use ChatGPT or ChatGPT Pro to enhance your productivity at whatever your job is, you're not going to be replaced. You're just going to be more productive at your job. And companies know this, and they're probably going to try and hire more people like you. That is a big misconception people have. They say, oh, well, if AI can code, or ChatGPT can code, obviously, no one wants human coders anymore. But hold on, who's entering the prompt into ChatGPT to write the code? Who's tweaking the code after ChatGPT writes the code? Who's running the code, testing it, and making sure everything's fine? That same coder. So there is a big misconception people have, and I think it's important to differentiate AI taking over a job versus AI enhancing a job. All right, I mentioned that the report highlighted a discrepancy between what people are learning and what skills the job market wants. Let's go over that. People are mostly understanding basics, Gen AI skills, how to do prompt engineering, how to get the best output from, say, ChatGPT. Or maybe they're understanding what linear regression is, what is a neural network, how do you tweak a neural network, how do you build a neural network in Python for free. Lots of courses are available online on, say, Coursera or Udemy, and you can learn these skills, buy these courses, and get certificates and put them on your LinkedIn profile, which is great. But that isn't exactly what the job market wants. It's good to know these things, and if you think a course is useful, by all means you should do it. But the job market is looking for people who not just understand this, but also know how to apply these skills in real problems and fix those problems. At least from what I understand, these courses can only get you so far. And I feel like what's more important than getting these certifications from Coursera or udemy.com, what's more important than that is doing projects, applying your understanding of, say, neural networks to a project. Open ChatGPT, ask it to write Python code that generates a neural network, adjust the parameters in the network. Open a Google Doc, write down the code, and say what changes with the output as you change the parameters, and mention your insights into what you learned from doing this. This is what companies are looking for. People who understand how to apply concepts and really understand how to fix a problem, not just understanding the topic. That's not enough. You have to be able to apply what you know. That is a discrepancy in the job market. This section right here should give you a better idea. All right, so that's my 2 cents on the job market for IT and tech right now in 2025. Again, my research and the source of my research are mentioned in the description down below. I hope you found this video useful, and I'll catch you in the next one.